Hello. Good day to you, wherever you are. This is the Dinosaur News, brought to you by the British People's League. My name is William John Beattie, spokesperson for the British People's League on this program entitled The Dinosaur News. It is July 1st, 2020. Very significant day to all true British Canadians and European cousins who go along with the British stock, with the British blood, with the British history. And speaking of which, British history, British Canadian history in specific, it's not going to be changed. All you newcomers can try all you like to change things. You might make a little bit of a stink every now and then, but if you think you're going to overwhelm us, British Canadians, we're still in charge. It might not look it. The news media goes bananas, the public news media, but we are still in charge, whether you, the multicultural enemy, like it or not. Have your little games. The day of reckoning is just around the corner. No doubt about it. You better take heed. July 1st, 1867, this gent here, Sir John A. Macdonald, the father of Confederation, along with the other Confederates, can we call them, gathered in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, in preparation for this day back then. And then officially, July 1st, 1867, Canada, the Dominion of Canada, was declared as constituted by the British North America Act passed by the British Parliament. A glorious day indeed. Looking around for some mouth wipe. I get so excited about these shows I drool. How are you today? It's very significant to me. The shirt I'm wearing was worn by members of Canada's secret Civil War. 1978 until with a question mark. I promised one chap who inquired status of the book in progress. I'm ashamed, it hasn't been finished yet, but I'm making additions all the time. I'm aiming for the end of 2020 to have it published. Canada's Secret Civil War, 1978 until, with a question mark. And this shirt, I'm proud to be wearing, was worn by officers for the British Canadian cause with the help of British blood relatives, American deep friends. Many passed away. I only put this shirt on for special occasions. Now, Sir John Alexander Macdonald, born in Scotland. Wasn't born in China or Pakistan or Africa. He was born in Scotland, Bonnie, Scotland, Britain, United Kingdom. Then he came over here, as a young lad, with a family and all. Well, his family, and then eventually he had his own family. Worked hard in Kingston, Ontario, practiced law, formulated this diverse geographical network, not diverse in population, the swamp that you'd like to see out there, you, the enemies of us all. Then our own fellow patriots will say, well, it's so diverse, John. But the word diverse also includes geography. To weave this country together. Just imagine. From the edges of Victoria, Vancouver, British Columbia, to Newfoundland, north Yukon territories, etc. I pause as I talk. Not quite my usual style, but I just feel profound giving these words for all the men and women throughout Canada's history who have passed away, for freedom of speech in Canada, for freedom of choice in Canada, the Dominion of Canada. Proper title, Dominion Day, July 1st, 2020. I throw a curveball at the newbies. Dominion of Canada Day, Dominion of Canada Day. Now, your best information on Sir John Alexander, those out there who want to do some research, you can see Donald Creighton at the bottom of this book here. It's old, as you can see, Donald Creighton, the author, and it gives all the details of the young politician. It's an incredible journey that Sir John had creating Canada. Consolidator. And then the follow-up is in his older years by Donald Creighton. Scholar Donald Creighton. I suppose my purpose is to give backbone for you British Canadian patriots out there. Now, I referred in a previous show, a couple of months ago, and I can't resist, especially on July 1st. Now, I'm going to show you a photostat of a document. Now, let's see if we can make that out. You know, that's strange because, really strange. Previous time when I held the letter up, it showed it in such a way that you could read it. But now it's, I wonder if it, no. Well, I suppose I'll just have to read it for you. I can't believe this. That's weird. That's technical. Too technical for JB here. John Beatty is the name. William John Beatty. I think I said that. Shakes and all. Okay. You don't have to go back too many videos and you can see what this letter is referring to. The photostat. It's in the Canadian Archives. And its title is Cain, C-A-I-N, number N-O dot 258842. I was born February 25th, 1942. Title, Letter from John A. Macdonald to John Beatty. I got a lift out for shopping for groceries yesterday, and the lady friend driver said, "You're reincarnated." Oh, damn. I had to get the video up today. It's July 1st. So I'm a little bit sluggish. Start up early. Okay, title, Letter from John A. Macdonald to John Beatty. B-E-A-T-T-I-E, spelling exactly the same. Date of the letter of the archive situation, 1865, 2 years before Confederation. Administrative history, biographical sketch. John Beatty, Esquire, was a political organizer. Wow. Scope and content. Item is a letter from John A. Macdonald to John Beatty, a political organizer, relating to the general reception of the Confederation scheme, etc. The letter is dated February 3rd, 1865, and the letter was written in Quebec City, Quebec, So there's John A. Macdonald in Quebec City, Quebec, writing a letter to John Beatty. The letter was written in Quebec City, Quebec, and received at the Barnett Post Office, Canada West, by Beatty. National Archives of Canada Repository. Provenance, Beatty John, F.L., 1865. Subjects, Canada, History, Confederation, 1867, 1865. Sir John Alexander Macdonald. And also, this came from a book about, I guess the book came out 10 or 15 years ago on Sir John A. Macdonald, another author, and that's where this letter was described. And in it, it says also in the letter, Macdonald wanted to know from John Beatty what John Beatty thought about the general reception of the Confederation planning, etc. Well, Sir John, I think it's just great. Yeah, I'll tell you a story about that by looking at the statue. Years ago, some competitors, you know what it's like in the patriotic scene, folks. Competitors all screaming at each other. A bunch of kids in a play yard. One guy sarcastically said, "Yeah, Beatty, you talk to yourself on your statue of Sir John." So I guess I better prove him right. You did a good job on Confederation, Sir John. So how are you today, folks? I'm talking casual, but it's dramatic for me. It really is. Or as my mother used to say, "Why, Johnny, does it have to be you?" Well, good question, Mom. Up in heaven. I'm going to repeat what I said at the beginning of the show today. Those who want to destroy our history, ain't going to happen. You can try all you like. The blood of our ancestors is within us. Just because British Canadians are sitting back, and they did try some pretty heavy-duty stuff in 1978 from the cream of the crop of well-to-do families who risked their lives along with the poor and average Joes. The book will describe it all. Hard to believe. But on the book issue, the longer it's dragged out to get published, the more it's popped up. Those who are interested can read the website, British People's League, and trickle on down 3/4 of the way through, and you'll see other witnesses to Canada's secret Civil War. And just for the record, I have no interest in naming those in our camp. Some are still alive, be around my age or older. Secondly, no need to involve their families. You can say, why not? Well, soldiers throughout history, their families don't necessarily have to be brought into the situation. But no, names will not be named on our side. Oh, there'll be hints. You can use your imagination. I'm only doing the book for the memory and the bravery of the men and women that died in Canada's secret Civil War. I did get tired of people saying to me to rush the book. I said, why? Half the people don't care. And they said, oh, it's entertainment value. So these men and women died for entertainment, so you can publish a book about it? To hell with that. However, in their memory, I'll have to do something, won't I? And you can say I'm dreaming that multiculturalism has squashed British Canadian history. No. We've always survived and conquered in the long run. Maybe a long haul. Who knows? The enemy is moving too fast, too quickly, waking up a lot of fence sitters. which is our gain. So I've done this broadcast today, July 1st, 2020, Dominion of Canada Day. You can get some smatterings of facts out of Wikipedia, usually half-truths, but go ahead and search Sir John A. Macdonald, his history, and so on. Foundations for Canada were terrific. Sure, creating a country as large as Canada is going to be some soiled linen. Didn't do a bad job. Half the world wants to get in here and live off of the hard work of our ancestors and pioneers. So Sir John did a pretty damn good in setting things up, didn't he? And the pioneers before him who made it all possible. And General Wolfe, the victory at the Plains of Abraham. And yet the founding fathers were smart enough to give Quebec special rights so we could coexist. And it's worked. It's worked. Well, as I usually say in finishing, I got to fiddle with the dials. Yeah, the same person taking me grocery shopping say, well, you should know by now how to pop up your video, but I'm clumsy. Okay. I hope that you spent some time reflecting on Canada's foundation. It's not party time. Yes, it's a time to celebrate in a serious tone, in a serious fashion, in a serious mode. Tired of screwballs. Okay. That's it till next time. God save the Queen.